What happens when a plea deal could completely erase a felony from your record? But one mistake could land you in prison for years? You won't believe what the judge said in this courtroom today.
Good morning, you're Gracie Cassidy, and Miss Cassidy was previously in court and entered a plea of guilty in cause number 24 DCCR 1480 to the third-degree felony offense of unlawful carrying a weapon in prohibited place. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are there any additions or corrections?
Your Honor, the only, fact I would like to say is she's now living in Georgia and will be transferred to Georgia for supervision.
Just make sure when you talk to probation, they'll get that all taken care of. The biggest thing about your probation being transferred is it kind of means you have double duty. So you will be reporting in person where you live, but you're still technically on this probation here in Texas. So it's not like the whole case. Well, no, there's one fee, but you will have to report either by mail or online here as well each month. So you're going to go in person there, and you also have to report here. So you can't forget to do that mail-in or the online reporting here, because that would be a violation. It's just a lot of people, they think they're doing everything right because they're reporting in person over there, but you have to stay in touch with us as well. All right.
Judge, there is one thing I spoke to Mr. Megan about this previously. There seems to be maybe a new charge in Georgia. I don't know the I don't know the circumstances of this, nor do I recognize the charge.
Yeah.
And it's equivalent with us.
Hang on, ma'am.
So that's the only thing that's new that I wasn't aware of, and I spoke to Mr. Megan about before, and he was going to find out.
Okay, so whatever you have to take care of, obviously in Georgia with regard to.
What they were in Georgia.
That's the case, Judge. But
I got the car accident. They arrested me because I had a warrant here.
I got you. Okay. All right.
But I believe they dealt with that. Well,
Okay.
there was nothing to deal with it. I just had to find out.
That's where you got arrested, and then they transferred you here.
I didn't get transferred. I was at City Jail for 44 days.
Okay.
To find out.
Okay. Got it.
that's
Okay.
sufficient mistake.
All right. Okay, Ms. Cassidy, I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient of.
I have a question. This packet, it said like I had to do like 300 hours of community service.
So explain all that to you in probation.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're on felony probation. It's required. If you talk to your probation officer, if you're doing everything right, sometimes they waive part of those. Sometimes they don't. It depends on how you're doing. Do you understand? This could be a lot worse, so you probably need to fix your attitude real quick. Because having a bad attitude with me does nothing good for you. Okay. So I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time, I'm going to follow your agreement and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 4 years. You're ordered to pay a $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, this is an excellent opportunity because you do not have a felony conviction on your record. And if you successfully complete the probation, at the end, the case is actually dismissed. You will never have a felony conviction. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court. You can be found guilty and sent to prison for anywhere between 2 and 10 years. Do you understand? Okay. One thing is on these types of probation, if you do everything you're supposed to, I sign early terminations from probation all the time. But it means you have to get it all taken care of early and up front. So take care of everything, and then there's the possibility of getting off early. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's going to call you up to her desk when she's ready to go over your paperwork. All right? Good luck to you, ma'am. Good morning. Are you Thomas Fisher?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Macon, will your client waive a formal reading of the indictment in each case?
Yes, Your Honor. And Your Honor, I don't know if I put it on the papers. They're dismissing 1751 of criminal mischief.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. Mr. Fisher, in cause number 23, DCCR 1046, you're charged with a second-degree felony offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon from June 4th of 2023, and how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily, and because you did what they charged you with? And then in cause number 23 DCCR 1047, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of criminal mischief from June 4th of 2023. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And also, are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? In each of those cases, I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Macon? And do you fully understand them? And do you understand, if I follow the agreements that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And it looks like the agreements are for 5-year deferred probations, a $500 fine in each case, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. And there would also be a dismissal in clause number 23, DCCR 1751. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, do you understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1 in each case.
No objection, Your Honor.
It's admitted in each case. Is there any evidence that Mr. Fisher is not competent?
No, Your
All right, sir, in each of your cases, I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of those pleas. Find sufficient evidence in each case to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your cases for sentencing so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you and your cases, and then we'll come back at a later date for sentencing. You need to stop and talk to probation on your way out of the courtroom today, and she's sitting at that desk right over there. All right? We'll see you back at sentencing. Good morning. Are you Bethany Loza Diaz? And Ms. Loza Diaz is charged with driving while intoxicated with a child under 15 in cause number 25 DCCR 0298. And what is the announcement?
Your Honor, I have all the discovery and everything. However, I've not been able to get Ms. Loza in to go over everything with me, and I asked for a short reset to do that.
All right.
No,
So,
even counsel.
And
Okay.
I believe it'll be a plea at that.
okay. I'll just do a normal reset unless you want it to be. I'll just do a normal reset. Ms. Loza Diaz, it's very important you call and make an appointment. Go see Mr. Macon so that you can go over everything with him, and we'll get an announcement and get your case taken care of at the next court date. Okay? All right, you're free to go. Thank
And
you.
have a nice day.
Thank you. You too.
What happens when a plea deal could completely erase a felony from your record? But one mistake could land you in prison for years? You won't believe what the judge said in this courtroom today.